This episode is brought to you by Snap Accounting and Snap Payroll. It's a cloud-based software solution for your small business accounting and human resource automation.
People get motivated when you ask for their help
Yeah.
to meet the milestone. Instead of us as a leader na kinocompose natin yung solution ourselves and then just dictate to them what to do.
Yeah.
It's better, like in my opinion, to ask them first their opinions and how to solve the problem and then consolidate and then agree on the best path to take.
Hi everyone, welcome to the podcast. Today we're continuing our human resource management series, and today we're going to be talking about leadership and culture building. So let's get to it.
Welcome to the Digital Transformation Academy. My name is Dennis Hilario and I'm here to help you in your digital transformation journey. Let the show begin. Hello, good morning. So today is another Friday, another episode, and we're not here to cover a song. As you can see, there's a lot of guitars at the background.
And we're not on Zoom today.
We're not on Zoom, yeah. This is first episode with Fiona and I together in one room because normally she's in Manila and I'm here in Batangas doing this podcast episodes. How are you again?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Being away from Manila for a while.
That's nice. So it's I think it's gonna start of your
Oh yeah.
your school, your first college experience is going to start next week, right?
Yeah, I'm starting. This week is orientation week for me in college. So
Yeah, and she's
that's
going to where?
Ateneo.
What course is that again?
I'm taking up communications technology management.
Oh,
So,
nice. I'm excited. You know why? Because I can hire her for my digital marketing initiatives and projects like
Yeah.
this. Okay, so let's dive right to the topic. The topic today is all about leadership and how to build a culture. I think as far as I experienced it in the past 20 years that I'm in the business and handling people, handling employees and whatnot. So how about you, Fiona? I'm sure you experienced leading a team when you were in high school or probably grade school. How was your experience so far?
when it comes to school, yeah, I've experienced leading a team, but maybe for the most part, it was leading a class.
Wow.
And I would be in positions to lead the class and like lead different events in school. So yeah, and it really takes up a lot of energy and time.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you start leading a team?
For me, the first thing that comes to mind is the people. So trying to assess the kind of people I'm leading so that we can work closely together and we can have good dynamic. So for me, it's leading a team is really less about yourself and more about the people that's in the team.
Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
think that's the main essence of being a leader.
Yeah.
You know, how to like manage the team to make them work seamlessly or work with chemistry and whatnot. Ano. Well, in my case, to be honest, I have like a love-hate relationship with leadership.
Really? Okay.
Love because I have this passion of running an organization to help our customers. No?
Yeah.
And also our team in doing their jobs and make their jobs satisfying. No? So it's my job as a leader to love it, okay, and align teams and ask them about their well-being. So the hate part of it probably is more of the what do you call this? Sometimes I'm tempted to do it myself,
Yeah.
but I know it's not sustainable especially if you're running an organization. Ano. So yeah, that's it. So I've been trying, as I said, I've been trying to lead teams since so I started hiring employees back in 2002. So, but I didn't have formal training. I didn't have like business. I didn't enroll in a business course.
Yeah.
You know, to execute leadership. Kasi hindi naman ako a business course. I'm more into programming, computer science. Yeah. And also, I didn't remember it was taught in school. No?
Yeah.
Kasi in school, the teachers just ask us to, or you be a leader, but they don't really coach you on
On how to lead.
how to do it, how to lead the team, and what, etc. No. So, but regardless, again, this is just to share my take about leadership in the past 20 years and how to in running an organization. Okay, so the first mindset when I lead the team is that I want them genuinely to be more successful than me. Okay, so well in our case, kasi most of our employees are programmers. So when I talk to them, I give them like paths that they can take as a
Yeah.
technical person. Kasi as a technical person, I been there than that. No? So what I do is just I tell them my backstory, hoping that I inspire them and the challenges that I encountered over the years, and even my success stories and also my failures. No?
Yeah.
So if kasi as a technical person, some of them are entrepreneurial like myself, no. So if they are entrepreneurial, then I allow them to be involved in the business. For example, in the aspect of product development,
Yeah.
in the aspect of marketing the products that we develop, no, and probably about customer service. And then if they are inclined naman, kasi some technical people, they are inclined to lead a team.
Yeah.
Yung iba kasi gusto lang na talaga mag-program forever eh. Okay, but in some people they are inclined to lead the team, then I try to coach them and give them points on how to lead and how to provide the autonomy to do product innovation. No? So in my case, my mindset when I engage with them is to show them what I have accomplished, and then and hopefully they surpass what I did
Yeah.
within the company. Okay, so my second thought is that being humble. Okay, that's one of the most important trait as a leader is humility.
Yeah.
Why? Because there's an old notion kasi of power. Eh. If you're the boss, especially if the leader is also an employee,
Yeah.
they are tempted to overuse power. So I believe it has to do something with ego. Okay, which is one of the enemies of what do you call this? The enemies of leadership. Okay. So, an ego kasi or a power may work short term. When I
Yeah.
say short term kasi, especially if the task is critical, diba? So you can dictate whatever the tasks that are needed to be done. But it will never work long term. Okay. So if you remove the ego, or in my case, if I remove the ego, I let them criticize me
Yeah.
and evaluate me, and we adjust accordingly. One example is that when we do our performance appraisal or coaching, of course I tell them what they need to do, but I also ask how can I do better as a leader.
Yeah, since you talked about humility, that's, I think, as a leader, that's very important because you also have to know, you have to be fully aware of where you're at and where you can improve. Because if you and yourself, you can't assess that, it'll be difficult for you to assess that in your team. And that's why it's important that as a leader, you have to realize that it's okay to not have it like all together or not do it perfectly because that's exactly why you have the team so that they can help you, and you gotta allow yourself to be helped, or else they're gonna think the same way that they don't think they need others help, and that's gonna affect the workplace also and the culture that
Right,
you
right.
said. But yeah, humility is important.
Yeah, yeah. Kasi some people they tend to like hide their shortcomings or their
Yeah.
weaknesses, and the damage kasi yung team except instead of you can work together na honestly, di ba?
Authenticity is
authenticity. So speaking of honesty, that's my third take
Okay.
about leadership. Yun, I try not to hide yung company challenges or the
Yeah.
team challenges. Yun nga, some leaders kasi they tend to hide it or hide yung shortcomings ng leader, or for example yung performance ng team is hindi maganda, hindi niya nire-relay sa team or
Was
sa
that ever a
subordinates.
personal struggle for you?
Yung
Being honest about where the
well,
company's at.
Not really.
Okay.
But I'm a bit sensitive, especially on the financial matters. Kasi not all people are open-minded,
Yeah.
for example. No? So, ano lang, just a right balance of being fully transparent at saka yung kasi some information talagang sensitive na especially for example, hindi maiwasan you are favoring somebody sa other person, di ba? So, and there are objective reasons why you are doing it. So,
Yeah.
of course, those things hindi maiwasan, that's inevitable, no? But in any case, I tell them when we don't meet our company goals
Yeah.
or KPIs, no? But I am being honest when I tell them that I am positive also that we can do better
Yeah.
say next quarter. No.
That's great.
Kumbaga laging positive thinking. Kasi there will always be challenges in business or actually in life
Yeah.
in general 'di ba? So wala ka namang yun nga sinasabi nila, would you take it half full or half empty? 'Di ba? So of course being positive is always the right path to go.
You
no?
have control over your response
That's
more
right.
than what's around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, people get motivated when you ask for their help
Yeah.
to meet the milestone. Instead of us as a leader na kinocompose natin yung solution ourselves and then just dictate to them what to do,
Yeah.
it's better, like in my opinion, to ask them first their opinions and how to solve the problem and then consolidate and then agree on the best path to take. Di ba?
Yeah.
Okay, so next is you focus on strategies. Kanina nga nabanggit ko, the hate part of being a leader is that if you don't see the team performing, then you tend to do it yourself. Di ba?
Yeah.
But if you do that, that's a big disadvantage because doing the legwork as the leader probably may help the organization, but it may derail the company in the overall goal.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Kasi yun nga, yung main job kasi ng leader is more of strategies eh. It is your job to balance things out and oversee essential matters on a high level. Kasi yung legwork, yung mga detail level, nakikita na natin yan eh, 'di ba?
Yeah.
But yung mga tao, yung employees natin or subordinates natin, they don't see the high level side eh. So I think that's the main job of the leader, no?
Yeah, the leader is, for me, being a leader means you have to know how to look at the big picture. Not just the biggest picture, including your company, the people in it, the vision of your company.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say that yung vision nga and how you would strategize to get the team to the finish line.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah, so speaking of strategies, what's the culture that you try to set in your company so that in every strategy you have like a system because of the instilled culture in the business?
Yeah, that's a good question. No? Ako kasi I always instill talaga yung open door policy. No? Meaning I always welcome criticism, I always welcome suggestions.
Okay.
When I talk to them, for example, if I need to criticize them, I ask them first why did they do this, why did they do that. So I also understand where they are coming from, and then from there I can decide what to do or what should I tell them to improve. Meron din kaming what we call weekly huddle or weekly meetings,
Okay.
and we also have the quarterly company review. So those are the more of an open forum talaga. So yung team kasi is talagang more of communication and open communication.
Yeah, because you mentioned like having an open door policy. What would you say to leaders that find it difficult to receive criticism from his or her employees?
I think it all boils down again dun sa ego eh.
Okay.
'Di ba? If you have the ego kasi talagang meron ngang book si Ryan Holiday, no. So about the title of the book is Ego is the Enemy.
Yeah.
I suggest that you read that kasi
Yeah,
talaga
part of it.
that's the enemy of everyone. If you have that ego, it will be difficult for you to stay open-minded.
Yeah.
Kasi what you see kasi is always your perspective, you know. And you can never be perfect
Yeah.
as a person. You also need the opinion and the suggestion of others, especially your team. Di ba?
Yeah.
So my next point here is that more than profits, so more than the business itself, more than the cash that we need, you know, whether they believe it or not, I am honest when I tell our people that it's not about money.
Okay.
Okay, it's about living our purpose as a team, as an organization, and preserving our values. No?
Yeah.
Like for example, values about integrity,
Yeah.
values about making your customers happy.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that instilled in me over the years. Na sometimes, if I'm not motivated to get up in the morning to work because I have a meeting or I have some task to do, what I think about is just the faces of my customers happy when they use our products. Di ba? So, okay, so this is a true story. No? Sometime 2004, I almost quit in business. Okay. But I stumbled upon a book from Jim Collins entitled Built to Last. Ano?
Okay.
So, meron siyang mga points there about what is the right mindset in running an organization, as a leader, etc. So, I, I pursued the business. I didn't quit because of that book.
Yeah.
No, and I still practice it up to now. And that is the main message of the book is that more than profits, you have to preserve your core values, your mission and vision of the company. So I tell our people how I feel fulfilled when I see our clients happy with our products, and how I feel frustrated if they are not happy.
So yeah, I have a question. Was there ever a time where your mindset was it was about the money, and how did that affect your business?
Yeah, I think cash flow is the lifeblood of any business.
Yeah.
Okay, so meaning it's really one of the basic necessities in running a business. So sometimes when I act again on a high level is that how can I orchestrate the team to make everything in balance? For example, the customers are happy, the team are satisfied in doing their jobs, and at the same time, cash flow is running smoothly, you know. Because yun nga, pagka hindi mo siya nabalanse, talagang may tatamaan eh.
Yeah.
I think that's the nature of entrepreneurship eh.
Balance.
Yeah, diba? That term balance, there's a story about it. I know
Yeah.
I know what I know you know what I mean. Ano? Pero I think that's the nature of entrepreneurship. It's about balancing things, orchestrating things so that each aspect of the business is in balance
Yeah.
and in healthy KPI.
Yeah,
Diba?
that's good.
Okay, so my last take in leadership before we proceed with how to build culture is that the positive energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I most of the time I avoid negative confrontations. I promote positive energy, and not only being positive, pero gusto ko emphasize yung energy. When you say energy, or enthusiastic about things. I always give them the benefit of the doubt if they are, failing at their functions.
Yeah.
So yun. So that's my point, positive energy.
Yeah. How do you feel about employees, or how do you deal with employees that is just naturally negative and to the point that it affects your leadership?
Yeah, well, that's a good question kasi ang dami kong nare-recall ng mga employees. Hindi
Yeah.
talaga maiwasan yan. Hindi natin alam kasi sometimes when
You're
you
dealing with different kinds of people.
right, as much as possible during the screening in hiring, you avoid those types of people.
Okay.
Pero as soon as you see that that's their behavior, I think they have to leave the company because they'll act like a parasite na they will
They'll infect
disrupt.
everyone
Yeah, they
else.
infect everyone. Madi-disrupt yung culture
Yeah.
na you built over the years. So I don't think I have that coaching enough coaching skill to let them change, because some people are naturally like that.
Okay.
I really don't judge them. It's just that I just feel that they should not be part of the team
Yeah.
and they have to go, if they are like that. Yeah, so in general kasi, Fiona, leaders have different perspective in leadership and its true meaning. But the most basic mindset is knowing that it's not about you.
Yeah.
So it's about the team. So people think kasi leadership is people serving you as a leader.
Yeah.
But the true leader is someone who serves
Serves
his or
others.
her people. They are parang ang mindset is they are the boss,
Yeah.
not you, di ba? So it's a fact also that other business elements won't matter without someone's good leadership. Okay? If wala kang leader na magaling, na it affects the team overall. So yung mga strong leaders, they have values and principles that help to boost the productivity in the workplace. Pero again, you can choose not to be a leader naman eh.
Yeah.
If you're not really naturally like that. You can act, you can be a soldier. It's not a bad path if you choose to be a soldier than a leader, di ba? Okay, so with all this talk about leadership, let's now move quickly lang naman about culture building
Okay.
in the organization. So a leader kasi should be able to establish a good culture that you or your employees can live out to create good atmosphere ba, and avoid, like you said, yung toxic behavior
Yeah.
in the workplace. So any group that is put together, ano yan, automatic yan, nagkakaroon yan ng culture.
Yes.
Regardless if there's like a leader or a good leader or not. Ang tanong lang doon is that culture a good environment or place to work in. Di ba?
Yeah.
So it's also important that you align with everyone, what kind of culture you have in an organization. Especially if you're a startup or a starting organization, you have to align it with the team, di ba?
Yeah.
So every person kasi they have their own unique view of how they see the world, and doon nagsisimula yung pag-evolve ng culture ng company. And it doesn't work overnight. Okay,
Yeah.
culture building is years of it starts with the core values. Again, lagi kong sinasabi yung core values kasi doon talaga yung nag-i-start eh. Ano bang values ang i-instill mo sa organization? Gusto mo ba may integrity? Do you value more customers than employees?
Okay.
Do you value more employees than customers? So,
That's true.
may kanya-kanya tayong DNA as an organization. Pwede kang customer-centric, pwede kang employee-centric, pwede kang product-centric. For example, ng product-centric is Apple. They are a product-centric company, meaning they prioritize products over anything else.
Yeah.
Isa case naman ng Amazon, they prioritize customer service over anything else. So sa question about culture building, ano ba yung DNA mo as
Yeah.
an organization? So that starts the culture building. And again, it doesn't happen overnight. Everyone's principles and cultures they live by can be deeply rooted in them. So, some find it difficult to adjust, especially kung bago ka, di ba? So all it takes is just perseverance and efforts by everyone to have meaningful culture in the organizations.
Yeah.
Ikaw, anong take mo about it?
For me, culture, it's mostly unseen and unspoken. That's why it's sometimes difficult and it takes a long time to change because it's not something that, that's like a to-do list or a task that's like straightforward. It's really something that has to be instilled in you and in the team. And also culture, it surfaces through the negative experiences. It's from there that we can really start to be aware of it and then know how to change it so that everyone or no one will be affected by whatever happens because
Right.
that culture set.
Yeah, but in any case, I think the leader is the main responsible entity or
For
person.
sure. Yeah. They set the
You know,
example.
Yeah, who drives the culture of the organization. Because he or she should be aware of, is this the culture that I want? or is this the culture that I don't want? Ano?
Yeah.
Actually, there's no right or wrong na culture. No, as long as you are meeting your goals, your KPIs, everyone is happy, I think there's no right. May mga culture, for example, na okay lang ang mga employees nila na nalilate.
Mm.
Pero yung productivity nila mataas, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Meron namang sobrang strict ang sila sa tardiness ng mga tao, pero mababa naman yung productivity nila. So
Depends.
it depends wala siyang tama or mali. It's just that para siyang business market, ano. May mga taong ang gusto niyang culture is kung pasok siya sa culture of your organization, then he can work with you for a long time, ano. Pero kung hindi niya gusto yung culture, then he can work somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that's my take about culture
Great.
building. Yeah, so I think those are my thoughts about leadership and culture building. If you have anything to add or questions?
Yeah, maybe to add for the last part, like my main thought as well with leadership and culture building in a company is that, or even anywhere, is that it won't be perfect. Like it's not gonna be smooth. It's not like you have everything laid down and then that's it. Because there's gonna be roadblocks, challenges that you're gonna face. That I think that's why culture building is important, is so you know your default or your response to certain situations. And so yeah, and maybe a last kind of question I can ask is that what kind of leader are you to the team that you're leading?
I always believe in autonomy. So I don't micromanage.
Okay, great.
I am democratic. Again, I'm open door. No, kung
Yeah.
ano sabihin mo sa akin, I don't easily get offended.
Yeah,
you know.
you always say that.
So that's how am I. I'm just, chill. I just parang I lead by example.
Okay,
No,
great.
I really don't dictate. No, I just give points. And then I'm also like, I think one of the most important aspects in leadership is that you also are mindful of their progress.
Yeah.
So as a person, kasi kung hindi, you cannot really lead them to a good performing employee.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is it for now. Those are my
Yeah.
take about leadership and culture building.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, by the way, this episode is brought to you by Snap Accounting and Snap Payroll. It's a cloud-based software solution for your small business accounting and human resource automation. So, yeah, guys, thank you so much again for tuning in. We can't wait to see you again next week or whenever our next episode will be. If it's your first time here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Like this video if you want to see more content. And comment down below as well anything you'd love to see from us or anything that you'd love for us to talk about.
Yeah, just to add, if you are new here, you can probably check out our previous episodes because this is before we did I did the business process automation series. So now we are in human resource management series, and probably in the future we'll do some sales, mostly business topics and business process automation and digital transformation.
So yeah.
Okay, so this is it for now. DX Your Life in Business. Have a great day.